Hi, everyone. So we were talking about two objects colliding and bouncing apart from each other. So let's carry on with that example that I brought up before about the one ball had a mass of 5 grams, the other one was a mass of 35 grams, and they hit, and what happens? Okay, so let's go through this. Mass 1 is 5 grams. Because our unit that we have agreed on is kilograms, we have to call that 5 times 10 to the minus 3. Okay, so we have all these values here. There's the picture of our situation. We're going to define that direction as positive, and at the end of the day, what's happening? The total momentum at the beginning is the total momentum at the end. Okay, so let's fill in some numbers and see what we have. If you want to try this on your own, because I know a lot of you have seen a lesson like this, you can pause the recording and see if you can come up with the same answer as me. Okay, so you could do that now if you want. Otherwise, let me just carry this through. So the initial momentum is the momentum from the first object plus the momentum of the second object. So here we go. We got 5 times 10 to the minus 3. What is that? Kilograms times 7.5 meters per second plus 0. Do you guys know where I got 0 from? Because the second ball wasn't moving. The final momentum is going to be, let's see, the final momentum, I'm going to just give you some values here, variables, M1, V1, F, plus M2, that shouldn't really be a capital, but anyway, M2, V2, F. M1, V1, F, let's see, 5 times 10 to the minus 3. And remember, V1F, it's got to be a negative, so I'll write that in. That'll be 5 times 10 to the minus 3 times negative 7 meters per second, kilograms, plus 3.5 times 10 to the minus 2 kilograms, V2F. How does that come out? Okay, let me just carry on with these numbers here. This is going to be 3.75 times 10 to the minus 2. This is going to be, I'll bring this down, 3.75 times 10 to the minus 2 is equal to negative 3.5 times 10 to the minus 2 plus 3.5 times 10 to the minus 2 V2F. Now, this one here, I'm going to add this term to both sides, and I'm going to go like this, and I will end up with 7.25 times 10 to the minus 2 This one I'm going to take and divide this guy out. So I'm going to divide out the 3.5 times 10 to the minus 2 is equal to V2F. And if you take a look at the math there, let's see, can we see it on the board there? Yep. Those 10s to the minus 2, they all cross off. This is going to be slightly more than 2. You can tell if it was 7 over 3.5, it would be 2 exactly. As it turns out, V2F is going to equal 2.07 meters per second. Because the answer is positive, and we declared that's the positive direction, then we can add this in as well. We'll go east. All right. As an exercise, you could take the final momentum. I wonder if I have enough paper on here. Yeah, I do have one more page on here. Just as an exercise, I'll write it down. So, as an exercise, determine the P initial then the P final and they should be identical. I'll leave that up to you to determine that. When we come back, we're going to talk about more about impulse, and this time we're going to talk about somebody jumping out of a plane. They'll fall, they'll pull the cord, take a few seconds for the chute to open and reach terminal velocity, and we're going to calculate impulse and change in momentum, which is actually the same thing as impulse, and that sort of thing. Okay, so in the meantime, take care and stay in touch. Thanks. Bye.